Hello, children. Welcome to another story with Grandpa. Today's story is Stick's Adventure by the Brothers Whim. Let's begin our story. Stick's adventure was here. It had come now at last. She put on her boots and hurried up fast. Stick's a little girl that wants to go adventuring in the world, and she comes from a house just like a hobbit house that's under the ground. The comforts of home were lovely and nice, but giving up those was a fair enough price. Here she is. I think she's saying goodbye to one of her neighbors. She had places to go and people to greet, marvels to see and adventures to meet. Here she is going off into the big wide world, just a little person on an adventure. Stick had her dreams planned. She would be a big star. Her singing would dazzle from near and from far. She was hoping to be able to perform in one of these big theaters. She would live in a villa right there on the lake and grow beautiful flowers in a garden she'd make. Here she is dreaming about going along the river and living in one of these big houses. She'd buy elegant hats from all over the world, adorned in bright feathers and ribbons and curls. Look at that. She's got a new hat walking along the cafes along the river. She'd vacation afar on a beautiful beach and soak in the sound of the waves on her feet. Those were her dreams. She was now on her way. Here she is, off going to visit the world. She crossed canyons and forests by night and by day. Stick moved right along till the sound caught her ear, a sniffle and sob from the fence over there. Hello there, dear friend. Now why are you sad? Perhaps I can help you again to feel glad. One of my sheep is gone from my fold, and to me my dear sheep are more precious than gold. So the sheep herder is sad 'cause she's lost a sheep. Do not fret there, dear friend. Now lift up your crook. Crook's what the sheep herder uses to help herd the sheep. I'll sing us a song, and together we'll look for Mr. Sheep. Stick's voice rang out loud, so sweet and so clear. Soon Betsy was found. I think that's the sheep. There was nothing to fear. A moment of silence passed between friends. Without the right words to express where they'd been, Sally took off her hat, which she'd knitted by hand, and placed it on Stick, where it sparkled more grand. Here's Sally, the sheep herder, giving Stick a little hat as a memento for helping. With a wave and a hug, Stick left for her goals. She crossed valleys of amber, and that's because of the setting sun that makes everything a gold color, and mountains of gold. Mountains were made gold by the pretty flowers. She skipped through and past the rivers and creeks, loving the sound of the streams on her feet. At last she arrived for her singing debut. Her audience loved her, and all she could do. I guess she's now been able to go and perform in one of these big theaters. Here's her picture of her up on the theater. She bought her nice villa right there on the lake, and grew beautiful flowers in the garden she'd made. She bought elegant hats from all over the world, adorned in bright feathers and ribbons and curls. She vacationed afar to a tropical beach and soaked in the sound of the waves on her feet. She's starting to be able to do everything she'd thought about. But all of the while she missed her dear friend and the adventures of chasing her goals to the end. She missed crossing the canyons and rivers and vales. She missed feeling the thrill of the wind in her sails. She missed home, I think. She was homesick. And all of her hats, her old knit one was best. She wore it more often than all of the rest. Just then an epiphany struck. That's an idea. She need not stay here as if she were stuck. She'd achieved her goals, but that didn't limit her for going out and do more adventuring, I think. Styx's adventure was here. Oh, she's off again. It had come now at last. She threw on her boots and hurried up fast. The comforts of home were lovely and nice, but giving up those was a fair enough price. So even though she had this beautiful house along the river, here she is. She wants to go off and adventure some more. The comforts of home were lovely and nice, but giving up those was a fair enough price. She had places to go and people to greet, marvels to see, and adventures to meet. So off on her journey she went. And that's the end of our story. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back soon and we'll have another story.